Hi everyone, so I'm going to be making something with this lot and this lot and this lot and bits that I've got left over, things out of my tubs, and I've got bits of fabric. I'm going to see what I can do. I haven't done a craft with me in a while, and I thought I better do one. Okay, so stay tuned. So I'm just putting things to one side, and I'm going to start with the envelopes. So the envelopes measure 17 centimeters by 10 centimeters, and I'm going to be trimming obviously the top off of one, and then I will shorten the other two so that we've got them different sizes. So here I've just got some, this is quite a strong coffee dyed paper, as in strength wise, and I'm just going to make a couple of hinges with this. So just making sure that was the base one, I'm going to call it the base one, was at the top, and I measured that to, I think it was 5.5 inches. I'm bouncing between centimeters and inches here, but here you go. And then the other one I wanted it again another, like I think it was another ½ inch. I was just, you know, winging it, to be honest. You can have them whatever length you like. So just taking them off so that we now have 3 envelopes that are obviously all different sizes. And here I'm just gonna start to hinge them all together. Now I'm coming in with the 2 bits of paper that I showed you at the beginning, and I'm just marking them so that I can then fold and tear them. You can use a ruler and do measurements if you wish, but I just wing it, I just do it my way. So I'm just doing like measuring all the pieces to fit onto the envelopes. I'm not going to talk through that because it's kind of a bit boring, isn't it? I'm just measuring it all, simples. So this piece here, I'm going to use 2 pieces. One's going to be, because obviously one piece of paper isn't long enough for the page, but I'm going to put a pocket on that, so I wasn't worried. And I was trying to use up the stuff that I had already pulled out. Didn't really want to go like using other sheets of paper. But anyway, this I did print out, and this is from one of my kits that are on my coffee shop, and it's just, I think it's like 10 pages worth of square paper, but they've all got different like kind of splodgy backgrounds. So I just went round and inked everything up, and then I'm just going to use a little bit of glue to stick down the little bits that are obviously not stuck down from the envelopes. So now I've inked everything up, I'm just going to glue it all down. You can use whatever glue you like. I'm using a glue stick, and it's stuck really well. So that's the next piece here, just gluing it all down. So this is the piece where it wasn't long enough, but you'll see in a minute. Putting a pocket on and just putting in a little notch and then inking that up. You will see me from time to time bouncing between two like blending tools, because one is I think one's walnut stain. Is it walnut stain? No, they're both vintage photo, but one's distress ink and the other one is oxide, and my distress ink is running out, so I kind of use that just for that little lighter effect. That's what I'm doing. If you see me using, you know, throwing one down and picking another one up, that's what I'm doing. So I'm just gluing this piece down, and that's going to be my back piece. So that's me got that all done, and I'm now going to see what I can do with the little bits that I've got left over to make pockets. So now I'm just going to do some embellishing. I've got some little butterflies and then little labels. Butterflies are Artymaze and the labels are the Old Design Shop. Just a lot of thinking went in. Just wanted to do the decorating. Kind of easy, simple, but still got a nice little effect to it. And you'll see from time to time I'm dipping into my little tubs of labels and numbers and whatever it is I'm pulling out of there. So here I've got these 3 tags and I'm going to back them onto that and I'll be back. So that's them all backed, and these tags are from Artymaze's Tag Galore kit, which I think that's on her coffee shop. And the toppers that I'm going to put on, these what I'm inking up now, they're a freebie from Artymaze. Again, you can find them over on our coffee shop. I think it's a freebie. I think is it this month's or last month's freebie? It was one or the other. So here, and I've got a few embellishments out like labels and things, and I'm just going to add them to decorate, just add a little bit more to the tags. So now I think I'm looking for my hole punch and just punching a hole in all 3 of them. Then I've got some fabric, just little strips that I've got, and I'm going to make them thinner. I don't want them that thick, so I'm just going to tear them up a little bit and add them to the tops of each tag. So just kind of wiggling them around, and we're going to start popping some into the pockets. So that's the first 3 tags done. Now these are just coordinating journal cards with to go with the tags. So there, or something happened and I had to stop and come back and do something. Can't remember what it was. I think it was a phone call, and I just put in these tabs on. And then I was just, I think, what was I doing? Obviously looking for something to put onto the tags. Again, these are from them little labels. They're from the Old Design Shop, and you can find that on the Etsy store, which will be linked below. And it's a bit sticky there, so I was wiping that up and then drying it very quickly, and just adding more of these tabs to the journal cards. Now I've got these 2 tags that I'm going to back onto that squared paper, which is again is from one of my kits. I'll link everything below. So we're just squishing it down, and then we'll trim that off. And then we do the same to the next one. So we're just going to embellish these just a little bit as well. So here's a little envelope. There's 2 of these on a page, but I printed 2 to a page, so I got 4 small ones, and I'm just going to ink that up first, and then we're going to glue that down. I forgot to ink that bit up, so that was me doing that. So just getting a bit of coffee dyed paper and just measuring that by eye, and then we're going to tear that, and then we're going to fold it. And we'll fold it a few times. And then we're adding a little, that's just going to be a little journaling area. So there was that little bit left. I'm trimming up just the edges because it was a little bit wonky, and then I comes in with I make a boo-boo here, so I decided to use that, but it slipped, and I had to tear it off. Slipped and it didn't look right. So I done it again, and there we had it. Little moments, big memories. And so I just pop that into the envelope, and then that goes into that little pocket. So I need to decorate that pocket because it just looks a bit weird not being decorated. So I'm just going to use this label. I was just waving that around because the ink's quite wet. And another butterfly, why not? You can see there, it's like I bust the bottom, and it was like when I press it, if it's not all, like all the glue's not down at the tip, it kind of, some of it oozes out the bottom, and that's what that was all about. And just inking that little label up. Do I use it? I can't remember. Oh yeah, I do. I put it onto the tag that was on there. These little tags, they are on my coffee shop as well. There's a whole set of them. Like I said, I'll link everything below. Excuse me. And we're just going to add a little bit of fabric to the holes on the tags. So I need one more tag, and I'm using this acrylic tag template, which I got from Artymaze. So that was me just leaning over to make sure that it was level with the top of it. And you get, there was three in a set. I don't think she's still selling them, but they're a handy little thing to have. But if you don't have them, you could make your own with like acetate or something like that. So I'm just going to back that with some coffee dyed lined paper. Didn't look right, but I think the paper wasn't like leveled up because I was going with the line at the bottom, so it must have been just like a wonky piece of paper. And we're just trimming that off there. So that's that part done, and then all the little pieces that were left over, I'm just going to kind of tear them up and just collage them onto the front of the tag. So that's that all done. Quick and easy little project, and you know, you can have that. Could you put it in a journal? You could. You could just put it in, like paper clip it in, or it's a great little Happy Mail idea or pen pal idea to do, and you can use any theme whatsoever. So thank you for watching. Be great if you give me a thumbs up. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.